Right. Okay, so that frickin' happened. Streamlabs just decided I'm a crash now.
Well, that sucks.
But we're back. With Resident Evil 4. Again, you may have seen the title. We are a little late. I say little, by that I mean like an hour late.
It just occurs to me that from here on out, we can probably just replace the A and remake with the 4.
Oh my god.
Then again, the less we have to bring up comparisons to Fan 4 Stick, the better.
Alright, so I have my lunch, which is what I couldn't eat from dinner last night. Salted potatoes, potato salad, Cornell chicken.
What is it about zombie games that makes us so hungry? Like, I experienced the same freaking phenomenon when I was reading Marvel Zombies back in my high school days. It didn't gross me out, it just made me hungry.
It's the same phenomenon that happens when you watch Saiyans eat. Think about it.
Contagious hunger?
Yes. Like, even if I'm not hungry, if I see a scene of Goku, Vegeta, or any of them eating, I suddenly feel hungry.
Yeah, fair enough. Especially since more often than not, anime goes out of its way to make food look really, really good. Like, it's why I can't watch Food Wars. Not without snacks.
Wait, is that the anime?
Yeah, an anime, I believe, based on a manga called Food Wars, which is centered around a cooking school.
Wait, isn't that the one that they eat the food?
The foodgasms, yes.
Oh, God. Why would...
I try to tune those out.
I was about to say, why would you subject yourself to that?
I try to tune those out because, one, the food itself actually does look good, and two, the story, when I could actually follow it because I could only get bits and pieces what was on Toonami, was engaging. It just so happened to have those ridiculous foodgasms.
It was gonna be a 10, and that brought it down to like a 6.
The fact that I was gonna say 7 is surprisingly more generous.
Alright, so last time on Resident Evil 4, which was like what, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
Ashley got kidnapped again.
Again.
Technically, this is her second time being kidnapped. Unless I'm forgetting one. No.
Of course, we're not counting any times that the enemies tried carrying her away in mid-combat.
Yeah, we're only counting
Otherwise,
story beats.
Otherwise, we'd be here all day.
Not really, because it only happened like 5-6 times. The problem would be remembering them all. Anyway, Ashley got kidnapped.
And all day.
And Leon went to rescue her, only for Ramon, that little bastard, and I do mean little.
Why not treat yourself, man?
And bastard.
And bastard. Well,
Not in the literal sense, but just in the sense of being a jerk.
Yes. Because he is actual royalty. He's just a
Unfortunately.
dick.
Welcome. Wielding. What can I do you?
Speaking of which, watching via YouTube here.
Oh, damn it. Alright.
There we go.
I forget every damn time.
Because we're still not used to me being able to follow along like this. I've had this new phone for like 2-3 months now, and we're still not used to me actually being able to keep up.
So, Ramon sent us down a hole. We nearly died.
I think that was the 15th time, actually.
Yeah. And we found out what happens to anyone who opposes Ramon.
He throws multiple hissy fits.
And throws them into the Spike Dungeon.
There were other corpses in there.
What you see is what I've got. Better to be over-prepared, am I right? Let us know when you've made some room.
So, on an unrelated note, but continuing a conversation we had prior to the stream, I saw you found it interesting what I was doing with how intertwined the Watch and the Idiot Hero are now.
Yes. It is, I mean, it's interesting. Like, I never really thought about it like that before. It's just as much, it's just a part of him now.
It's funny because this is actually kind of an...
Stocking up while you can.
I don't like calling it obscure, but it does kind of become less commonly seen as the franchise goes. But the Omnitrix, canonically, is supposed to bond genetically to the host. That's why it's so difficult to remove.
Your weapons are in good hands, mate. I'll see you.
It's also why the human form was the default return form, which is why Albedo kept getting stuck that way.
Wielding. What can I do? Come back.
Just that as the series went on and on, from the Ultimatrix onward, the watches just got easier and easier to remove. Actually, I can't even say it started there. It probably started closer to, like, just prior to Ultimate Alien, when Vilgax actually got Ben to take the watch off and surrender it. Actually, wasn't that like the opening arc for like the first two-parter of Ultimate Alien?
I don't remember.
Because that's also where Ben demonstrated he knew how to cut the self-destruct short to like a few seconds. And then he got the Ultimatrix right after. Yeah, beginning of UA. Hey.
So someone installed liquid nitrogen showers.
But why though?
I don't know. Given how this area looks, I'm sure we'll find out soon enough.
Mm-hmm.
Chronicles of Pursuit, May, 9 years since my awakening. Upon the release of this valve, black liquid shall enter my veins and circulate throughout my entire body. I expect this will be the most painful experience of my life. I await the trial with great anticipation. It is an honor to suffer through the holy labor of rebirth. Next time I awaken, it will be as a true servant of Master Ramon. I, Isidore
Isidro Uriarte Talavera.
Make this vow. I will surpass the limitations of man and become a true servant of God. I will find the heretics and serve as their executioner, their Verdugo. Oh, fuck.
This is gonna be our tyrant for the game, isn't it?
Our second tyrant, technically, because the first one was technically, the village chief.
That is still a yes, so great.
Also, Verdugo is a pretty tough monster in the original game, if I remember correctly.
These people are not right.
What was your first clue, Leon? The fucked up village?
That was an understatement beyond understatements.
You saw them burn a cop alive. Come on, man.
I think we just saw what the second sees whenever she travels through the vents.
I heard noise.
I'm partially convinced that Lobster Lady on the bridge now just kind of perpetually lives in a pile of shells. And that was a heaping pile of nope. Damn it, Gargan, I told you this is the wrong game!
Got power. Why do I feel like something's gonna come?
Most likely.
Oh god, there he is!
You. You're Ramon's lapdog.
Leon, I'm not sure it understands English anymore.
Rosie's a good look for you.
It looks like
This.
it looks like some kind of xenomorph knockoff.
Okay.
Looks like it's gonna take more than that.
I'm more worried about when it comes back.
That's fair. gotta survive.
What's your move?
Seriously, you see what I mean when I say Xenomorph knockoff?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm playing Isolation all over again. Except less scared somehow.
You're not the one playing.
This thing's also a lot more vulnerable than the Xeno.
So we're playing hide and seek, is that it?
Ow!
Leon's face! His precious modeling career!
Ha!
That was way too close. That legit feels like you got trapped in an instant death animation and only got saved because you had prepared like seconds ago.
How's that? It's different, huh?
That was so worth the bitch sound effect for the Twitch if I could have been there in time.
I think you need to chill out.
Oh my god!
My condolences to your master.
We killed
That-
Verdugo!
That was close. And we did it in time for the elevator.
Hallelujah.
That's probably far from what's on Leon's mind right now.
I mean, he has one. Ramon has one less lapdog to worry about, so.
Are we sure about that?
Yeah, he only had two.
Great for weird parasitic psychic lake hive minds.
Oh, I forgot about him.
I'll make it cheap for you.
We'll get to him later.
It looked like he walked out of a Metal Gear game.
Yeah.
Feeling better?
Yeah. Seems like it worked.
Bad news? All we've done is buy you some time. The suppressant's effects will wear off all too soon. You ready to go?
Don't worry about me. Ashley is the priority.
In that case, we know what we have to do. Then come, Sancho Panza! Let us rescue the Princess Dulcinea!
You can hurt yourself.
Hey, that was my dance. Okay, we hurry, I get it.
Why help me, though?
Oh,
What's in it for you?
Lewis.
No need to be suspicious. I said I'd help you, didn't I?
I have some new goods that might... Welcome. I've got something new for you, mate. Will that be all, then?
Wait,
What's
that's,
that? How have we
That's
procured
Leon's
these
gun from
curiosities?
2. How the fuck does he...
You don't want to know, mate.
You have strange connections you are better off not knowing.
An
I'm not even sure if that was the right accent, but I don't care.
I mean it in a good
At this
way.
point, I'm just trying to be
Of
silly.
course. Come back anytime. Congratulations! I've prepared a new game for you. I think you'll like this. Three, two, one, begin! Double kill! Very good! You missed! Reload! Beautiful! You've been waiting for it! A flood of targets!
Bonus target!
Double kill! And that's the game!
You're pretty good. Whew, I got a little too into that.
Let's see, who do we get? Soldier with stun round. Oh no. A cute bear! Lovely.
And I'm out of tea. I'm gonna go get some more. Be right back.
Alright.
break's over, I suppose. Welcome. Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. Ruby's all rubbish, it makes no difference. The price, well, that's our choice to make. Stranger, ooh, I'll pay a pretty penny for that. Pleasant travels.
A little hard for me to put my faith in someone who used to work for Umbrella.
So you heard, huh? Umbrella's done for. You don't need to worry about them anymore.
You didn't answer my question. What are you after?
I just want to feel good about myself. Make amends. Or something like that. Hey, since when was this a dead end? This used to lead to the exit.
Gotta get the dynamite and blow our way out of here.
Looks like we've got company. What do you want to do?
Appreciate it. Next. You're serious.
I return.
Had to kill another duck myself.
Welp.
That one's free!
Thanks.
Actually, kind of hilariously fitting that we're spending Memorial Day following a soldier.
Ow! I thought those whispers thought he made that shit real personal there for a second.
So, to my amusement, relatively recently, I found 3 separate options, technically 4, to scratch the itch, metaphorically speaking, for an Energon Optimus Prime. There's a bunch of overpriced, but still plentiful options for Energy Commander, the Fans Hobby Masterpiece Scale version on eBay.
No good.
There's, on official retailers, a 2-pack containing the Wing Saber mold and the Energon Optimus that Fans Hobby did, albeit without the trailer or the drones. It's exclusively for that combination. That's the technically 2 down. Now here's the other 2. I found an actual complete Energon Optimus Prime for cheaper than that. The only thing that's really missing is the missile that goes in the gun, but instead it has its original box. The one thing preventing me from jumping onto that one, beyond the fact that I wanted the MP1 for the Wing Saber in the first place, but I'd be happy with the original anyway, is the fact that when I say original, I mean original. This one had the weird sculpted mouth instead of the mouth plate.
Ooh.
For those who don't know, back when Transformers Energon was the newest series, about 20 years ago, Jesus Christ, we're old. There were 2 releases of the Optimus Prime figure. You know, like the standard big guy release with all of his combinations, his drones, his trailer, and all that good stuff. One had the show-accurate mouth plate. The other had a strange Optimus Primal-style mouth plate slit. But it makes me wonder if they were originally planning on doing that for Optimus' design in Energon before they just stuck with the standard mouth plate.
It's all you! Got it!
The final of the options I tracked down is more expensive, but it's also kind of a rarer piece. It's the Platinum Edition Year of the Snake version. Back when they were still doing Platinum Edition releases, the first batch, the Year of the Snake, had an Energon Optimus Prime recolor in Generation 1 colors for the core robot. Albeit with the electronics gutted.
Dynamite, huh? Nice find, my friend.
Yeah.
And there
Shouldn't
was
have quit work
a
at that dead end.
companion piece, Omega Supreme, who was, of course, the Energon release, but with the right arm retooled in order for her to look a little bit more like the original G1, or, if nothing else, resemble the Fall of Cybertron design.
Oh shit. That almost
Man,
killed me.
You handle yourself pretty well.
I can only imagine what
Sure you're
the
just a
Platinum
researcher.
Edition and Year of the
I'm
Snake
just
climb
an
looks like
average
combined with
guy
Wing
who
Saber, though.
happens to be quite the ladies' man.
Because Wing Saber, being a Star Saber homage, already was red, white, and blue.
USA,
But then you take a-
USA. Sorry.
But then you take the G1 colors, Energon, Optimus, and now they've got a unified color scheme going.
After you, I insist.
Such a gentleman.
And as we've established with bots like the Constructicons and with Rail Racer and RID, combinations with uniform color schemes look really good.
Now you owe me.
Luis, heads up!
Oh god.
How even?
Is it always like this with you?
And they're huge. A pair of ginormous, weird-looking monsters.
Yep.
And one of them is wearing chains like freaking chainmail armor.
He's got like scrap.
Dead Space, eat your friggin' heart out. Yikes. Ah! Second knife. No one expects a second knife.
No one ever expected. Running between his legs and the two holders. Alright, that's one
Well, that
down.
one is at the... Like, at the very least, it's incapacitated.
It's not gonna be easy.
I dare not hope it's dead. Lest I be disappointed.
Time for a revolver up the ass. Oh god.
Sorry, keep our friend busy for me.
I'm a revolver.
Where do you think you're going?
No, he didn't like that. Oh!
Leon! Over here! Delivery!
Oh shit!
Got a little present just for you. Leon, shoot it!
You know, that is a great idea. Give us something to aim at.
Yes!
Oh yeah, I think we can get through here.
Pretty sure we could have used this to kill them, but I guess not.
Nah, that would have been
Come on.
too easy.
How's it look?
There,
Especially considering all their stomping around should probably have caused multiple collapses of the floor and set them tumbling in anyway.
Well, that was a pain.
Fair.
You're keeping those things cooped up down here, too?
The underground here is sacred to them. See, this is where they discovered Las Plagas, preserved inside ancient deposits of Ember.
Of course they did.
Of course they did. You know this is how that island of dinosaurs got started, right? Man, Weird Al is still singing songs about why going there is a bad idea.
You're not suggesting we ride this thing?
Do you see any other way? Give us a push, Sancho.
Who are you calling Sancho?
There, it's moving. This should speed things up a bit.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Hey, we're in a hurry, right? Oh, by the way,
What now?
hope you like thrill rides. Going off the rails! Lean! Mierda! Do something about those parts! Oh yeah! Switch tracks! If we don't, we're gonna crash!
Fast.
We're going off the rails! Lean! Hey, the cart's tipping over! Mierda! Do something about those parts! Oh yeah! Switch tracks! If we don't, we're gonna crash! Hey, the cart's tipping over! It's them! What's
Man, he wasn't kidding about the thrill ride.
No, it wasn't.
Up ahead! Shoot the board! We shake them off? Left turn! We're going off the rails! Give me a hand! Hey, the cart's tipping over! We're going off the rails! Give me a hand! Whoa!
made in this mine? A bunch of cold rolls?
This it?
Afraid not. Things are just getting started.
That is precisely their building style, though. Whack-ass thrill ride with a bunch of traps. It's just that in my case, there would have been like this big old car battery taser trap waiting for people who couldn't slow down in time.
Every time I see that I picked up a flagon, I keep thinking of what was it? Mula Flagon?
Bula Flaga.
That was close.
I mean, yeah, you were. Gundam names are ridiculous.
Yep.
Need I bring Stabity from Gundam 00? Or also from Gundam 00, Beside Pain.
Ribbons Allmark.
Revival, a new returner.
Who the fuck named those guys? Because like, if it turns out they named themselves, I'm gonna bust a gut laughing.
Probably.
Oh my god.
Considering Innovades in 00 are artificial humans? Like, literally think, like, human-like AI brains downloaded into artificially cloned human bodies. That's what an Innovade is. It wouldn't surprise me if they named themselves. Which makes it all the more hilarious that the most normal sounding name of the bunch was Tieria Arde.
Got trouble.
And I think that's only because he's a protagonist of in the group of heroes there. So at the very least, they acknowledge that most of our protags, their celestial being, are using code names, not their actual names.
This is kind of fun.
For instance, neither of the two Walk-On Stratos were actually named such.
Going off the rails. Get me ahead.
They were the Delandi brothers, Deal and Lyle. Setsuna F. Sei's real name was Soran Abraham. Correct? He was also a child soldier drafted into a holy war before he was ultimately spared by a Gundam in an armed intervention, but, well, that's a story for another day. What I find hilarious is that, as far as names in the Universal Century go,
End of the line, asshole.
Victory Gundam gave me one of the most normal sounding ones.
Hey, the cart's tipping over.
I mentioned this a few days back, I just gotta find the message.
Shit, this thing's gonna flip. Look, you can see where they dug up the bunks. Ahead. You're kidding. Hit the brake. What? Are you serious? Jump! Oh yeah! Luis, can I get a hand?
Alright, where is it?
Give us a 3-2-1 next time, eh, Sancho?
Whatever.
Oh, man. Huh. But actually, this works. Oh yeah, let's get on that lift.
The most normal name in all of Universal Century Gundam, Gary.
Right! I remember!
No way.
As opposed to the most normal name in
can make it
Gundam
if we circle
00,
around.
Patrick.
Come on.
Pain in my ass.
Now, if I remember correctly, we may be able to find where they dug up the Las Plagas.
This ought to be good.
I knew it.
Oh,
Stay
fuck
sharp.
these things.
These guys have camouflage.
Next.
Bugs. Why did it have to be bugs?
This isn't Helldivers.
It's all you.
I guess it's better than snakes.
I hate insects. Take care of them for me, would ya?
How about you open fire instead of your mouth?
Hey, I'm the brains. You're the brawn. You got this.
Yeah, that was the epitome of a no thanks. How many times do I have to tell you damn things? No!
Oh, fuck.
You're the fourth.
Right.
So I have had keep your friends close and your enemies closer from Epic. And it's mostly because of the animatic by Gigi.
Those animatics are really good.
They I mean, the music by itself is really fucking good, but with the animatics, it really helps. Sell it.
I can't count how many of the there are for Ruthlessness by now.
There's like 3 that I know of that are probably the best ones. There's the one by Gigi, the one by Neil Illustrators, and another one whose name I forget. Like they're my top 3 for that song.
Another that's gotten a whole bunch of them that I don't hear too many people talking about is Different Beast.
Hold Them Down has a lot of different versions too. I think it's mostly so people can animate. What's the name?
I am good!
Getting an arrow through the throat. That's arguably the best part of that song. Jack has so long. Finally getting what he deserves. An arrow to the throat.
And then, of course, all the songs in the Revenge Saga, I guess you'd call it, for returning to Ithaca.
Oh yeah.
Or would that just be the Ithaca Saga? I don't know. Either way.
I think it's the Vengeance Saga. Because it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be, Poseidon getting his vengeance. Or...
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking, like, after he's actually made it to Ithaca.
Oh, that's the
Nothing
Ithaca
but
Saga.
the finest. Welcome, Wielding.
Like, my favorite line in any of the songs there is, "You think I don't know my own castle? I built it."
Yes! We know these halls, the odds can't be tempted. You don't think I know my own palace? I built it! I love that.
Ruby's all rubbish. He makes. Thank you.
It's like, we've been here for 20-some years. We know these halls better than anyone. Odysseus, the man who built his palace. Excuse you.
I'll buy almost.
Hold my arrows.
Will that be all?
With your
then?
face.
Or any other vital organs that you might have to spare. I can deal with that.
Good as new. This kind of work is about finesse, stranger.
As far as the actual
Little
Vengeance
goes a
Saga
long
goes,
way.
with the confrontation
You'll
with
see.
Poseidon, I think my favorite moment does come from 600 Strike, specifically after Odysseus grabs the trident.
Knife needs care, everyone.
You're going to call up that
Could be
storm.
the difference between
Or
life
what?
and death.
You can't kill me.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Which, the second I heard that, I was like, oh shit, here we go!
And the breakdown as he keeps repeatedly stabbing Poseidon with his own trident.
Yes!
I'd be lying if I had said I didn't picture Midnight Sky having a similar breakdown with a certain god that we'll be fighting at the end of our campaign.
I remember watching Danny Morta react to
Not seen
Epic.
anything you like,
and when he
stranger.
got to the Vengeance Saga and got to 600 Strike. First of all, he was so hyped that the 600 Strike was an anime style attack.
Yeah, that was great.
And then at the end, when Poseidon says, "You can't kill me," Danny's like, "Actually, he has a point, Odysseus. Not really much you can do against that."
Exactly.
Wait, what do you mean by that? Wait, is he going to? He's not going to. Cut to Odysseus stabbing Poseidon with the trident over and over and over again, and Danny's just like, "Oh!"
Try that on for
Oh shit!
Dazzled, are you? Our craftsmanship demands no less. Got us pleasant travel.
The best part of that trident sequence was throwing Poseidon's own words back in his face.
Didn't you say that ruthlessness is mercy upon? All right.
Enough!
Welcome.
Please.
I'm honestly
Thank you.
surprised that he stopped.
Don't
I
get
am
yourself killed
Honestly
now.
surprised that he stopped.
He made it very clear before that fight even began. He's tired of this. Hell, Poseidon was tired of it too, but kept going.
Simply because if he didn't, it would ruin his reputation.
Because, yeah, if you did agree to let it go, you look weak, and now you have to extend that same courtesy to damn near everybody you meet. Otherwise, oh look, the god picks favorites. If he gets away, oh look, some god, you let one get away. No matter what, his reputation was gonna take a hit unless he managed to land the kill.
But now it's like,
I'm beat. Makes you appreciate tech like this.
but
I
now
don't
it's
get
like,
you.
wait, you did all
Why
that
risk your life like this? You don't
to
know
a
us.
mortal,
I told
and then
you.
they start stabbing you with your own
Makes me
trident,
feel better.
knowing you were immortal.
Los Iluminados.
Holy
That
shit,
human
dude!
tortured you into submission.
There you go.
Helping the two of you doesn't make up for it. I know that.
That mortal tortured you into submission with your own trident.
In that case, you better get serious.
People,
I'm not sure whether to pity you or be impressed.
Harsh words.
yeah, I
from
was about to
Squire.
say, people are gonna be of two minds of that. They're either gonna be like, "Oh, Poseidon, poor thing," or
Out of that hellhole.
That is incredibly metal.
Air is sculling our names. For freedom. Gus, if we made it all this way, you know it means we're almost...
Almost what?
oh, Lewis.
Louis!
Long time no see, rookie.
Major Krauser?
Liquid Ocelot, is that you?
Why?
Nope.
Recovering stolen goods.
I'm not even sure I got the name right.
And
Overall.
killing a few rats along the way.
Close enough.
Easy work.
Ashley.
It was you.
You catch on quick. Good
So
night.
he's the reason that they managed to get to
Now,
Ashley in the first place.
Faster.
So Major Krauser was someone that Leon met while training in the Secret
Not
Service.
good.
And I believe they also went on missions. Krauser being
And clearly some kind of infected superhuman.
We're just getting started, rookie.
Yep.
Are you being controlled by that cult?
This has nothing to do with them. I'm a free man who made a choice.
Too slow! Major! You're not thinking straight!
Oh, my mind's clearer than it's ever been. Focus and show me what you got.
A soldier like you! Why would you work for these freaks?
Why? Have you forgotten what happened to me?
So making the boss fight as cinematic as possible, making it a friggin' knife fight.
Without mercy. Only devastating power. What's wrong? Wanting to save for myself.
Krauser!
What's wrong? Not looking too steady.
In the original game, this is all like.
Enough play, rookie.
What's the term? Where there's
You
a
haven't
cutscene, but
changed
you have
a
to
damn
input buttons to make sure you
What a
don't fail.
disappointment.
That was
Quick time events.
Yes, thank you. That was all over the original game. Like the part where Leon's like falling through the pit into the spikes. That was also
Not looking good, eh, my friend?
A quick time event.
Quick time
To the
event, thank
ladies
you.
of the world.
if you didn't succeed, Leon would get impaled with the spikes below.
Take this. The key to my laboratory. Go there.
Dude, stop talking. We have medicine. We can fix you right up.
Help. Ashley.
He got stabbed in the spine. I don't think there's any helping him.
Is that any worse than the shit we've taken and gotten fixed with those herbs?
You know,
Fair.
I led a pretty shitty life. But now, eh? What do you think, Leon? People can change, right?
Well, at least Lewis had a better death than in the original. He gets
I can only
stabbed.
imagine.
He gets stabbed through the chest by Lord Sadler, and then just tossed aside and forgotten. Like that.
At least he didn't die alone in this one.
Yep.
You were a fine knight, Don Quixote. You won't get away with this, Krauser.
Also, I blame you for getting me hooked on One Piece music because I've been listening to more and more of its openings ever since you showed me that one.
Oh, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah. The fact that it has 20 separate intro themes is only a minor hurdle to get over.
At least I didn't convince you to watch the damn thing.
Yeah, no, that would never happen. The live-action one, maybe. Only by virtue of it being condensed compared to the original. Also, I've heard more than once that it's actually pretty decent.
Oh, it is really good.
They took your friend to the top of the clock tower. If you hurry, you might get there before she turns into one of them.
Go
So
figure,
you
people
want
who are
Arthur
passionate
Samurai?
about what they're making make
Like it's
something
a
really good and worth being passionate about.
Yeah, you should.
There's also another anime opening theme that I've been listening to
Hello, stranger.
fairly frequently the last few days. And this one came from Yu-Gi-Oh! It's
Welcome.
called Overlap.
Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger.
It was, I think, one of the Battle City Saga intros.
Good luck to you, stranger. Good as new. Don't get yourself killed now.
Like, I have gone on record saying that I believe that the intro theme we got in the States was just as good, if not better, than tonally for the show and the Japanese intros, but that is not to say by any stretch that the Japanese intros are bad. Far from it. It's more praise for the English dub than it is, mocking the Japanese.
Exactly. Plus, they had some real bangers. Like, I know Psychic Lovers did an opening for Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and that shit was awesome.
Yeah. And then there's, trying to remember the name. Give me a second. Masaki Endo. That was it.
Yeah!
He did one for Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. He also did covers of Butterfly from Digimon and Shine in the Storm from Gundam the 8th Mobile Suit Team. He also did a cover of Go-Go Power Rangers in English.
I think I listened to that before.
And to think, the mere fact that Masaki from Super Robot Wars was named very similarly to him was actually a sheer coincidence.
Really?
Both the developers of Super Robot Wars and Masaki Endo himself basically said, yeah, no, that was complete coincidence. Mr. Endo himself was actually not aware of Masaki until much later. No, I am convinced that if this had been intentional, they would have gotten the singer man to voice the mecha pilots.
Probably.
Until then, I eagerly await the day that Masaki gets to meet Guard Ron, since they are basically the same character? All the way down to having green hair. Or at least black hair highlighted with green. Really depends on the shot you're looking at.
It says there's like a secret here. But I'm not seeing it.
Oh, now that my mind is kind of circling back to it. When you were worried that I had added more stuff that you didn't know about to Expanded Omniverse today, I did say not yet.
Yes, I did see.
Well,
I saw you added something.
yep. A little bit of world building. Namely, what the universe decided the primary power source should be. And a hint at what the Yautja use as the power source for their tech. Which in turn may or may not have tied back to Transformers Generation 1. Depends on if you caught the reference, or if you've even read that part yet.
Right now, I'm just trying to figure out, is there a way to get back to the hive? Because I fucked up and missed something here.
We'll have to find out later. Because I'm not too sure that you haven't already crossed the point of no return. Also, this place has seen better days.
Yep.
Present for you.
So, I'll try to keep this as detail and spoiler free as possible because, given the audience that would watch us, I'm pretty sure they'd also watch this movie. The live-action Lilo and Stitch remake, it fumbled the ball. To no surprise.
Can we start a petition to prevent Disney from making any more live-action movies? Like, live-action movies, rather.
That depends. Have petitions ever worked?
Sometimes.
On Disney. You know what? No, I take that back. There was one notable moment where that worked. The only one I actually know of.
Oh?
And that was to get Kim Possible back on the air after it hit the 65-ish episode limit. Yeah, turns out Kim Possible was so popular back in the day that it managed to dodge the syndication limit. And proves that Disney was just as bad at making decisions back then as they are now, because Kim Possible, yeah, that was a good decision, letting them carry out to the natural end of everybody's character arcs. Not giving that same courtesy to Lilo and Stitch, you know, your own in-house Pokemon that was blowing up in much the same way? Like, I'm going to put this out there. There's well over 100 of the experiments we never get to see on the show.
That should do it.
Like, I've seen people go on in detail about each experiment we know of, using evidence from the show itself, comic book tie-ins, other media. And at one point, they skip an entire 100 of these guys. I think it was like skipping from 399 to 500?
Holy crap.
Somewhere around that? I'd have to double check. But, like, there's large swaths of these things we never got to see. I'm just sitting here going, Disney had their own equally successful Pokemon competition and canned it before they could even get through the initial batch. Which makes it even funnier because that was like around 2004-ish, meaning even at Gen 3 of Pokemon, like Generation 3 or 4-ish, there were more experiments than there were Pokemon. In fact, I don't think we actually surpassed that until Gen 6.
One down.
But that's neither here nor there.
I see you hiding, motherfucker.
said, as far as I know, we've already passed the point of no return.
Oh, that's a request that's never getting filled. Fuck.
I see you.
At least not on this playthrough.
Ooh, what you buying? Crossing your T's, dotting your I's. That's the way to be. This kind of work is about finesse, stranger.
No, I suppose there's
Little
always
bit
the
goes
option
a
to
long way.
use the
You see, got a
New Game
selection
Plus as a
of
sort
good
of
thing
decompression
come back
thing
anytime.
where we can pick up everything we missed and, I don't know, show off that armor.
I don't even know if it's in this game.
It's a notable enough part of the original, it's probably still here.
There's the clock tower. Hang in there, Ashley.
So, on the note of the Snitch stuff, fun fact, the TV movie that was supposed to kick off the TV show with the premise of finding all of Stitch's cousins was not the first one was not the first anything from the series to show off one of Stitch's many prototypes.
You are nothing, if not unyielding, Mr. Kennedy. However, I'm afraid
That actually is predated by the
Feel this
PS2
intruder.
video game tie-in for the first movie, which functioned as a prequel at the time. The video game for the PS2 basically was supposed to be... This was the story of Stitch rampaging to the point where he and Jumba got captured.
Next.
Collecting DNA from alien worlds for Jumba to continue his experiments, all while dealing with another mad scientist who happens to be the very same species as the eventual Dr. Jacques von Hamsterville, with a very similar name. And another experiment. I believe the number was 621. Who was basically a sadder, more pathetic, perpetual loser version of Stitch. Who was also incredibly jealous. He'd end up being one of the final bosses, as he would eventually get your way, steal a bunch of the genetic samples you've been collecting, and turn himself into some kind of super experiment trying to kill Stitch.
Oh shit, the statue's alive.
Something, weeping angels.
Something. Not today, Satan.
So, yeah. 621 was technically the first of Stitch's many cousins we ever got to see. The sheer amount of bullshit in this entire scenario is making the stream lag.
Oh, fuck.
At least on Discord.
Reminds me, I need to do something real quick.
As far as YouTube is concerned, it's as smooth as it's ever been.
Are you not on the Twitch? Oh, are you not on Twitch?
I've been largely here in Discord and had YouTube on via the PlayStation. I'm about to check Twitch.
Okay. Also, hi, Seki. I just need you to
What's
be...
up, Seki?
Well, he hasn't said anything. I just saw that he was here.
Yeah, I've got the Discord in the picture-in-picture mode, and I've got the Twitch up.
Alright. Just stay in there for a little bit.
Roger, roger.
And of course it's not showing you. There you are.
Figured as much. I had to actually do something first.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry, what did you just do?
Gave you a gift sub.
Thank you, man.
Had a little money left over, so I thought, you know what? Let's give the cat a break.
While I'm at it.
Yeah! Freaking spike ball traps? Are you kidding?
He thinks he's running out of ideas.
First the freaking living statue marionette thing. My turn to use this.
Yeah. I hope you actually squash something with it.
Oh, I've already squashed a few things with it.
How do you like being force-fed your own traps? Sucks, doesn't it?
Don't feel great, does it? Man, come on. Just... Oh, that was fun.
I wonder what all this is for, though. What the hell is Jackass McNapoleon Complex planning?
I have no idea.
Lift. How thoughtful. You don't give up, do you?
Yeah, you're not summoning. You're not popping. Denied.
What? The lift! Oh, stop that.
So here's something a little out of nowhere, but Who else here remembers Metabots from back in the day?
I do.
Then this is going to be headache-inducing when I tell you about what they've been dealing with the last few years. So, while Meta Rock, the original Japanese version of this thing, was going strong in Japan, the dub name Metabots got caught up in a bit of a legal battle. It went public domain just long enough for some jerk-ass to swipe it up and attempt to use it for his stupid scam NFT thing. The parent company that created the series in the first place went to court with the guy, and it dragged out for 5 long years. And ultimately, the parent company won. Not because, you know, of course, the actual full bigger company with more money. It was because the jerk-ass behind the NFTs never bothered to show up to court. So it just kind of let them win by default. After delaying and delaying for as long as possible, he just ultimately never showed up to court. So the Metabot parent company was ruled in favor of, and they have their English release, the name for their English releases back. Does that mean we'll be getting any new English releases of these games anytime soon?
Absolutely not.
Doubtful. But at the very least, we have the possibility for it again. What I'm hoping for, if Metabots were to ever make a reappearance in the United States, is a re-release of the original games, or hell, the GBA remakes that we ended up getting on the Switch eShop.
That son of a bitch. Give me a break already.
So, yeah, I guess that's a more fun fact than the whole legal battle bullshit. So, when we first got Metabots in the States, the games that released, Metabee and Rokusho version, were actually remakes. As much like Pokemon, the games predate the anime in Japan.
Interesting.
In fact, the hilarity is, allow me to kind of put some perspective on this for you. If
Well,
Pokemon had pulled this stunt,
well,
it would have
what
meant
can I
starting
do?
in the States with Fire Red and Leaf Green as opposed to Red, Blue, and Yellow.
I'll buy
Ah.
almost anything.
The first Metabots games, their first generation,
A
released
deal
on the Game Boy
well
Color,
struck.
as did the sequel games, their second generation.
Got a selection of good things on sale. I don't always have this in stock.
And then we get
My-
the third gen, which is effectively a remake of Gen 1 for them, which was loosely adapted into the anime that we got in the States. English dubbed, I mean.
Ah.
So that makes the anime an adaptation of a remake.
Ruby's all rubbish. It makes no difference. The price,
Huh.
well, that's our choice to make. Pleasure doing business.
And if memory serves, the past they're hinting to with
Will that be
the
all
shop
rubbish?
owner, aka the Phantom Renegade, aka Space Metafighter X, is a crazy show, people. You should watch it. It's actually hinting towards the events of the Gen 2 games, which were basically a prequel.
Interesting.
Because the shop owner, Henry, is the protag from the second batch of games prior to the remakes.
Very interesting.
Gun rhymes with fun for a reason.
As for why he had that specific KBT type, well, you remember his Arc Beetle?
Vaguely?
That was what Arc Beetle used to run around in. If memory serves, the anime implies that in order to stop the 10 Days of Darkness and put an end to the Medabot uprising from then, Arc Beetle, Metal Beetle at the time, had to have his entire personality erased. Which is why Arc Beetle never speaks.
That sucks.
Where the anime and the video game differs is the Metaforce mechanic. Kind of. So, from the pretty much the get-go, any Metabot you get and any metal you receive and combine with the aforementioned bot can use some variation of the Metaforce, and it comes in different flavors for different combat types, powers, etc. For instance, there are attacking types, there's support type Metaforces, there are defense type Metaforces. But, in the anime, they make it seem like, oh, you need a rare metal, which was like one of the original batch of metals that were discovered to use Metaforce. And then they say, no, the first metals, the first batch of metals cloned from those rare metals can also use it. But as time goes on and the Metabots are understood more and more, it comes to everybody's attention, any given metal could achieve Metaforce under the right conditions. And we end the original anime on what is effectively a bittersweet note. Yes, the tournament event is basically ruined, but the world is saved, and the previous champion, whom they had been fighting, which sparked this whole nonsense in the first place, upon receiving a new tin pet and meta parts for his War Bandit there, that was the name of his robot, War Bandit, offers an off-the-books rematch with our protagonist. To which they accept, and the episode ends on them starting the fight all over.
Huh.
We never learn of the aftermath of this battle.
Oh.
Largely because a lot of the continuity carried over from these past 2 seasons does not fully carry over into the sequel series, Metabot Spirits. In fact, a lot of stuff didn't carry over, including the animation quality.
So wait. What was Spirits?
Technically the 3rd season of the show, a sequel series.
And so, I have
Metabee,
delivered
in the first
correct
handful of
you
episodes,
promise.
gains new meta parts that give him the ability to
You
transform.
tell our Lord to not forget the loyalty of his servant, Ramon.
These were supposed to allow him to keep up with the newest release model of the
Ashley!
collectible battling robots called Kilobots.
Such a fool, Mr. Kennedy. To have been bestowed with Lord Sattler's
You talk too much.
yet failed.
This season is supposed to take place after the events of the first handful of seasons, after the 10 Days of Darkness bullshit and everything. But a lot of characters do not return.
That sucks.
Allow me to show you the power having granted by my master. The power of God.
Which becomes even weirder when you realize some of the characters that got replaced, at least as far as Metabot characters, like the actual bots, their replacements are voiced by the actor of the original version of the character.
I remember a thing here. I wonder.
You are nothing but an extra in my script, Mr. Kennedy.
Abraka Yeet.
Don't get too carried away.
Try that again.
Your biggest scene is over.
Are you throwing an egg at him?
Leave me out of your crappy script.
Well then, why don't you show me what a first class
Oh, please tell me he'll just spontaneously choke to death on it.
Oh, he just really does not. Oh my god! It fucking stunned him!
Oh, that's hilarious. He really does choke on the egg.
Watch your leg.
That is funny as hell.
What would others think of you?
Either Taro or Webb who told me to do that.
Taro Webb, if you're watching this, you're welcome. So, let me give you a brief example of what I was talking about here. You remember Rokusho? His voice actor returns and voices a model that looks very much like Rokusho, but Rox, as this new character is called, is not Rokusho.
We threw 2 eggs, shot 1 magnum round at him, and he died. Holy shit!
Comedy! Either that or he just chose to give up on life to avoid my wrinkles. Either way, I'll accept this.
Ashley, no time to lose.
So, to finish up the ramble on Metabot Spirits over here, it too was based on a batch of games. The sequel games for the Game Boy Advance that came out after the anime that we in the States never got. The Kilobots, otherwise Death Metarots in the original Japanese, are instead just plain old Metabots that you can collect in that game.
Krauser, where do you think you're taking her?
The newest gimmick for that batch of bots was the meta change mechanic, allowing the bots to transform from one mode to the next. This was something that a handful of bots had in the previous games, but they really went all out for this one.
Someone must have been a fan of Transformers.
Probably.
I have failed you, my lord. I was unable to fulfill your final commandment and keep the boy from the path of wickedness. I caught a glimpse of Master Ramon's evil temperament during his younger years. When he discovered a servant mocked him by uttering Pulgarcito?
Hang on. Pulgarcito, yeah, that looks about right.
Alright. Behind his back, he summoned her to his private chambers. After forcing her to kneel before him, Ramon doused her face with a vial of vitriol he pulled out of its pocket. Young Master watched with glee when the servant writhed in agony as the skin melted from her face. His twisted grin still haunts my dreams to this very day. As time passed, Ramon's treachery only deepened, and that infernal cult soon learned that they could prey upon his vulnerable heart. Curse the fiends. They've manipulated Master Ramon and turned him into their puppet. Worst of all, they managed to use him to unleash Las Placas that the Salazar family has fought so long and hard to keep sealed away. Lord Diego, rest assured I intend to watch over Master Ramon until the very end, whatever fate may befall us. As a faithful servant of the Salazar family, since birth, it is my duty and my penance to you. Damn. What's the phrase? It takes one bad apple to spoil the bunch.
Perfect.
That's about right.
Won't have to swim after all.
The sad thing is, there's actually some scientific proof behind that one. Evidently, a spoiled apple emits a chemical or gas or something that causes other fruit in the vicinity to spoil. One bad apple ruins the bunch is apparently scientifically accurate. I'm gonna take another drink. I will be right back.
Well, actually, we're at 2 hours right now. back.
You look like you've got something to say.
I have something to ask you. But I don't think I'll get a straight answer. Raccoon City. You know, after the incident, the world changed. Try to save one person, 100 others die. I guess I changed too.
You. Leon S. Kennedy. You haven't changed. You just think you have.
So here's my question. Have you changed, Ada? Or are you just trying to use me again?
What do you think? We're here. Don't think too hard, handsome. See you later.
Story of my life. Ashley. There you are. Look at all these busy bees. I better watch my step if I don't want to get stung. Spotlights. Let's avoid those. Need to hurry.
Actually curious if I can shoot those out. I can! Hester Sattler. Strange.
I have something I think you'd welcome. Got some rare things on sale, stranger. Why not try your hand at a new gun, stranger? Might save your life. A deal well struck. Thank you. Bigger is better, as they say. Or at least I thought so when I was a lad. In for a bit of rubbish collection, stranger? Finders keepers, that's what I say. A deal well struck. Anything else I can help you with? All my wares are in tip-top shape, I assure you. Come back anytime. Welcome. Thank you. Well, pleasant travels.
Damn it!
I have returned.
Welcome back. So we are now on the final, in the final area, the island.
So what Resi game is next after this one?
Revelation 1.
Welcome.
And those are
Got
co-op?
a selection
Yep.
of good things on sale, stranger.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
A deal well struck. Come back. Anytime.
I cannot guarantee I'll be able to get the game in time,
If that's the case,
but at the very least,
we can always take a break.
that's fair. I'll let you know if I manage to get the game before next week.
Alright.
Because I figure we'll be done before today's over. Unless
Oh.
we're out of time.
We are out of time.
Okay, so more than 2 weeks.
Yeah. When you went to go take your break, I said it's already 2 hours, and evidently you didn't hear me.
Yeah, I didn't.
So I decided, you know what, I might as well just play for a little while longer till he gets back.
Appreciate it.
No problem, man. Anyway, that's gonna do it for us here at the Bear Cave. This has been Vegas Bear 92.
With Mekumon. And y'all know the drill.
Mm-hmm. We're back at our regular schedule this time, minus Super Robot Wars, because Tara won't be here for what, 3 weeks?
Yeah, about 3 weeks.
So you get Minecraft for 3 weeks. Don't all get excited at once. I know.
Honestly, if you have to blame anybody, blame me. I'm the one who made the suggestion.
So, yeah. That's really the only real change to the schedule right now. We'll still be like a few weeks out before any other major changes to the schedule. So, and with that said, please feel free to support us in any way you wish.
Be it monetarily, engagement, or YouTube subscription, every little bit helps.
Yep.
Of course, remember that even though we are asking, you are not obligated.
Exactly. Don't send us money if you are struggling to pay your mortgage. Because I will send that right back. I may be Scrooge McDuck when it comes to money, but if someone is worse off than me and gives me money, I'm giving that money back. They need it more than me.
So, very much like Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah. And yeah, yeah. As always, stay safe, stay comfy, stay hydrated, be good to each other. Oh, whew. And we will see y'all again tomorrow with more Castlevania. Potentially the end of it? I don't know. We're still kind of a ways away from getting to the central chamber.
Especially since that game is kind of difficult.
Yeah. So anyway, peace. Also, if you turn yourself into a giant parasitic monster, maybe ask if your weakness is eggs?